my people. Yes, yes. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys are all well. Smash these likes up, man. Smash the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. I didn't sit it back, man. I can't deal with this, man. Where's the news? Where's the City news? I need the City back, bro. Yeah, we got to go a whole month without any City games, bro. Like, this is actually why, yeah, I am actually gutted, man, that we're at the Club World Cup, mate. Yeah. And by the way, I'm doing a watch along tonight. Chelsea watch along. But I actually gutted, man, because I actually miss City, man. I can't lie. I do actually miss us. Even the Bozo errors. Yeah, I need the Bozo errors back, man. You know what I mean? Like, just the passing out from the back. You know, the defending. Give me the defending. I don't care if it's bad. I just need City back, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a bit of a madness, but yeah, we'll have a bit of a chat, see what's going on. I need to go on Twitter, see if there's been any news this morning. I've not seen anything. I've seen people are still crying at each other on Twitter. It's a funny app, that, mate. It's a genuinely funny app, honestly. I go on Twitter now and again, yeah, and people just argue about everything, don't they? Don't people just argue about anything, chat? But I'm on there, yeah. People are just kicking off at each other for like just stupid shit. I'm like, what is going on, man? Do you know what I mean? It's actually crazy. But yeah, big up to you guys. Big up Herbal, man. Big up Colby. Now that's fake news, man. That's fake news. Yeah, that is fake news. Oh yeah, Edison's wife is in Manchester. I'm not sure why, but yeah, she's there. Yeah, I've seen it, bro. I've seen it. Yo, big up Steve Lewis, man. What you saying? I had the whole fan base rattled from my Kyle Walker tweet. Why? What was your Kyle Walker tweet? Steve Lewis. What did you say, bro? Your Kyle Walker tweet. Actually, should we put it up? All right, let's put it up. Let's see what Steve Lewis was getting cooked for, man. Let's see what Steve Lewis was getting cooked for. I think it's very overstated how bad Kyle Walker was at the end of his tenure. I repeat, very overstated. So you're saying he wasn't bad? Nah, bro, he was bad, man. He was bad, bro. Nah, bro, he was bad, Steve. He was bad, bro. This is some cap. This is cap tweet. I can't lie. You deserve to get cooked for this. Yeah, you did. He was bad, bro. I chat. Come on, man. I like hate on a guy, yeah, but he was bad in it. He was bad, man. Steve Lewis glaze. Steve Lewis glaze. Maintain this opinion forever. He's such an average right back that he's always been an average. No, this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous tweet. You want to rewrite history? We all watched the games with our eyes, and you all want to gaslight us into thinking he was very overstated. Yeah, I actually agree with this guy, man. Adola. I hate revisionism. I know what I saw with my eyes. We were in hell, and he was the fire. Fucking hell. Nah, we are not doing Walker revisionism. He was, at one point, single-handedly responsible for every Man City goal conceded. Oh, you got to hold the L on this one, bro. The worst version of Walker I ever saw. Obviously, our fans are pathetic and don't know the ball. It's like some of you weren't even watching the matches at all because there's no way you watch Walker in 2025 and thought he wasn't sabotaging us with that suicide defending. Yeah, Steve Lewis, man. Oh, this one got 2K likes, bro. This one got 2K likes, bro. Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's a crazy one. Now, that's an L, Steve Lewis. You got to hold that, bro. Now, you got to hold that. That's a bad tweet, man. Oh, that is a bad tweet. I can't lie. Oh, that is crazy, mate. That is crazy. Now, he was bad towards the end, man. He was bad. I actually think he was probably understated, if I'm being honest with you. I think he was. And again, I'm saying this purely on a footballing level, not try to just like hate or whatever. But I actually think that like he was shambolic, mate. He was actually shambolic. You know what? That's got me thinking, actually. That's got me thinking. Yo, shout out this guy, yeah. This guy on Twitter, yeah. This guy, Radu, yeah. He tweeted this back in May. So it is a little bit old now, right? He tweeted this back in May. So obviously now we're in July. So some of it might be a bit outdated, right? But he tweeted that and it had pure responses. So I want to go through some of that. I think we might have done this previously, but fuck it. We'll do it again, innit? Because there's nothing else to do. But yeah, smash these likes up as well, people, on the way in, man. Anyway, he tweeted this, yeah. Give me your hot/controversial take over City's transfer business on this summer. Mine is I'd sell Diaz if a good offer come in. So we've done some of these before, but we'll go through it again. By the way, if you guys have got any like controversial takes, whack them in the chat, and then we'll go through them, and the chat can rate each other's. Yeah, exactly, Lauren. Exactly, man. When there's nothing to do, just go on Twitter and just look for all the bad takes. Right, let's have a look at some of the. Let's have a look at some of these controversial takes or strong opinions. I'd sell Doku and Savinho this window. That doesn't mean I don't think they could come good, but I cash in now and prioritise Cherkit, Mamouche, Rodrigo, and Bob on the wings, says Nuff Hatch or Nut Hatch. I don't know if that's a. I'd sell Doku and Savinho. My question to that is, why would you need to sell both of them, chat, innit? Why did you really need to sell both of them? Like, I don't think you need to sell both of them. I think you could sell one of them. But why would you sell both, though, chat? Why do you need to do that? You know what I mean? Not bad, I can't lie. I don't think it's like an L take. I just think, like, why would you need to sell both? You know what I mean? Just get one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's not too bad. We won't get any of our top targets, and Bernardo Covagundo will be our midfield in game week 1. Holy shit. Oh, that actually might happen, chat. That actually might happen at this rate, you know. Samit was cooking, man. Samit was cooking. The only offer Diaz would have is to go on a Love Island jaunt. I always thought we should have kept Laporte. This is Jay's burner, isn't it? Feel like I'm going to drop one of the hotter takes this summer here and get put through the ringer for it. We don't need to buy players this. Are you joking? How have you watched City last year and thought that we don't need to buy players? Bro, what the hell? How have you come to this? 16 likes. 16 likes, bro. Who's liking this tweet? Who's liking this tweet, man? How has anybody liked that tweet? 16 likes. Wowza. Only fullback we sign is Wesley. Well, he's wrong. With regard to Diaz, if all the unks leave, I think his leadership will be vital next year. I'd extend his contract an extra year to keep his value. Try to ship him off to Atletico or Italy the next year if he still can't perform. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's completely unfair. That's probably fair. Like, I think if Diaz doesn't step it up this year and get back to like the top levels, then I probably would look at getting rid of him next year as well, if I'm being honest. Oh, yo, JTI, man, why do me dirty like that, bro? Come on, man. I thought we forgot about that. We was in the fucking trenches, mate. Yeah, we was in the trenches, but I was just trying to help us out, mate. Yeah, I thought we forgot about that. I thought we forgot. There's no need for stuff like this, mate. Rodrigo should not come to City. We already have Mamouche, who is a better player, and they'd occupy the same space. If we buy him, then it ruins the entire balance of the team. I disagree with this. It ruins the entire balance of the team stuff, mate. Like, I don't get why people say, "Oh, we can't have Rodrigo in the squad because we've got Mamouche." Like, why? You just play the best one that's in form, innit? Like, we had Mahrez dropped for the Champions League final. Like, if we was trying to sign Mahrez now, people would be like, "Nah, mate." Do you know what I mean? Like, we can't sign Mahrez. We've got too many players. Like, I don't really get that. To be honest. Don't disagree. Ruben has always been one of our best players, but he doesn't seem... Oh, that's why everyone's talking about Diaz, because he put that in the finger. Right, Fairs. This guy says self-folding after one bad year is crazy. Letting KDB go was actually good and beneficial for the breakthrough of our young, talented players. Wasn't up to his normal standards either and would need lots of playing time. Yeah, this guy thinks we're going to play the academy players, isn't it? We're going to be playing Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, and Ilkay Gundogan, my friend. I'd rather we played with 10 men every game if it means Akanji is sold. What the fuck, man? It's funny, you know. It makes me laugh. Yeah, man, I don't really like watching Akanji play these days. I don't think he's particularly good anymore. I'd accept anything over 65 million for Doku right now. You're not going to get 65 million for Doku. You know what I mean? I'd accept anything over 65 million for Doku. You're not going to get over 65 million for Doku. And Savinho has next season to impress. If he doesn't, he can go too. I agree with the the generic yeah, but isn't he homegrown as well? You get the homegrown tax. Do you know what I mean? Sell Doku, no need to give him another year. Get Rodrigo. We can't wait for Doku to come good while Rodrigo's in the market and Arsenal snap him up. I mean, this is the thing about the whole Rodrigo thing. You know what I mean? Like, people are saying, no, we don't sign him because we've got Doku and Savinho and that. But you know what I mean? If Rodrigo goes to Arsenal and slams it, and Savinho and Doku don't step up, we're gonna look a little bit stupid. Sell Haaland for 150 to 180 million pound and buy Gyökeres for 65 million, and the remaining money can be used for Reinders and Cherky. We've already got Reinders and Cherky. Sell the ones we were supposed to and raise another 150 million and invest an extra 100 million and build an ultimate team. What the fuck? That's one of these guys, man. There's no comments on that one. You sound about 13. Oh, that is so fact, bro. Shut up, you stupid cunt. It's funny, mate. That's a funny response, that. Club needs to stop the shrewd operator gimmick. Our recruitment has been mid for far too long now. That is facts. Swap Diaz for Cambiasso. Either play Huzanov or try your luck in the market for another centre-back. Rodrigo is overrated and City fans already proven their novelty to the big stage by wanting him. Had two out of 6 5 league goal seasons as their 100 million pound, whatever. Okay, my hot take is that Rico Lewis must leave the club. He's been nowhere near the level for us. Has been god-awful this season, in my opinion. Fairs. I think if November Josko carried on making them errors, would have been Josko Gvardiol. Huh? Them errors he did are still on my mind, but this summer would be James McAtee. Nah, there's no way you'd even consider getting rid of Josko Gvardiol, bro. Oh, what the hell? That is a madness. Diaz disrespect is crazy. And it comes from Plastics, who supported the City after the treble. That is fucking funny, isn't it? These people who just like, if you have this opinion, then you're a Plastic. Like, what? That's just my opinion, isn't it? What do people talk about? He's been shit. Well, not shit. He's dropped off since the treble year. Yeah. Facts. All the hot takes are just sell. All the hot takes are just sell players. Haaland is a problem. He is too big of a player to bench, but at the same time hasn't evolved fast enough to this day. He can't make a good header and insists on his weird karate kick with crosses. I hope Pep can have the spine to sit him and put Marmouche at goal force 9 and win. You need to play the through balls. And the good thing about the pre-season chat and the Club World Cup is that we did see Haaland be put through on goal multiple times. Now, what I would say is he didn't score any of them. Which isn't the best. But the fact that the passes were actually being made was good. You know what I'm saying? That's a positive. I'd let Matheus Nunes become our permanent right back. Obviously, we've seen quite a few people say that. Quite a few people in the chat want that as well. But I'm still not on that. I want a right back. My hot take is our fans actually having patience instead of thinking it's anything like Football Manager, career mode. See, I just disagree with that. Yeah. We've signed... People was telling me back in January chat that we can't sign players. Yeah, I mean, we could sign 1 player, 2 players. We went and signed 5, including Juma Bar. We spent 175 million. Yeah, there he is. We just signed another 3 in the first week of the transfer window. Yeah, so we've signed what? 5, 6, 7, 8. We signed 8 players in 2 transfer windows. This thing about, oh, you can't spend money. It's FIFA or it's Football Manager. It's BS. You can spend money. You can buy players. So long as you do it within the PSR rules, you can do it. It's ridiculous. Hoping Rico gets moved on, says Dave. I prioritize selling all the old players except Gundo. His leadership is needed for our transition. Then Price, 47, gets another good season. So I'd sell him for a huge amount next season. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why? This person's saying... They're praying Foden plays well so you can sell him. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Like, you could say it the other way around and say, oh, well, if Foden plays bad this year, I'd sell him. Like, whatever. But why would you say that you want Foden to play well so you could sell him. Why would you say that? That is just weird, no? Is that not just weird? That's just weird, bro. I just think that's so weird. They want Foden to do well so we can sell them. That's just, is that not weird? that is next level hate, bruv. It's so weird. Like I say, if you don't like Foden, you don't have to like Foden. I'm not here to say you have to like him, but like, why would you want him to do well so you could sell him? That literally makes no sense, bro. Who would be the leader of the back line if Diaz left? All good back lines need a good leader, orchestrated communicator. I think that's a bit overhyped, overrated, if it's my personal opinion. I'd sell Foden, Doku, Diaz. Restricted Akanji to the Carabao Cup, promoting Huzanov. You've lost it. Diaz is the best leader in our squad. Gundogan might be more respected, but I don't want to see him captain next season. Yeah, a lot of it's about Diaz, by the way, because the guy put Diaz in his tweet. So that's why a lot of people are speaking about Diaz. That's not hot controversial. That's an insane take, like straight up stupid. I don't know, man. I don't think it is. Selling Ederson will be the biggest mistake we could make. I was with you, bro. I was with you until the Club World Cup, and I was like, shit, the guy's not getting any better. Why is he not getting better? Hot take, you're a bellend. Shut the fuck up. Sell Diaz. Are you on? This guy likes to swear a lot, man. I kind of agree with you. That's all about Diaz. Neil Jackson says, I like Ruben, but I think we got the best out of him. Potentially, who knows? I hope he gets back to it this year, man. I hope he does. Oh, shit. Sorry, bro. I didn't see your super chat. Big up LJ, man. Says, my hot take is our fan base quickly become the most toxic in the league. Could sign your man. Oh, bro. LJ, I don't know if you're on Twitter, mate. Yeah. It's insane, bro. It's insane. Every time, it's fucking boring. It's so boring. I go on Twitter, yeah, and all I'm seeing is City fans go, oh, you're toxic, you're toxic, you're toxic, you're toxic, you're toxic. Plastic, main road wanker. I'm just like, oh my God. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, you're boring me, man. Fucking hell. Do you not think it's boring, chat? I think it's fucking well boring. That's why I've not even responded or got involved in it. I'm just CBA. I just can't be asked. You know what I mean? It's just stupid, man. Big up LJ. Sorry, bro. I didn't see it. Big up to you, bro. Nah, it's crazy. I'm not even properly on it, bro. I'm hardly even tweeting these days. I'm just like, I just CBA with it. I just see the people argue with each other and that, and I'm just like, what he's arguing about, man? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. Like, you've got the extremists, innit? You got the extremists. You got the people who are like, fucking just sell everyone. You know what I mean? Get rid of the board, get rid of everybody. Everyone needs to fucking go. And then you've got the people where you can't even criticize or even have an opinion. Because if you have an opinion, you're fucking plastic. And it's insane. It's just fucking insane, bro. Nah, it's good in the sense that, like, I go on there now, but I don't go on there now to, like, learn anything, really. I go on there to, like, just fucking see what people are doing in it when I'm bored. But it's just dead, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It is a bit dead, man. I can't lie. The rest is just about Diaz, man, to be honest, because the guy was like, I'd sack Pep. I'd take Isco in KDB's replacement role. This guy tweeted this before the Chelsea game as well, the Conference League final, because the guy was cooking on gas in that final, mate. So I've got some of these quote tweets. I'd offer Ederson 350k a week to stay. That was me. That was me about a month ago. Chat. And then I was like, yeah, I don't know about that anymore, man. I don't know about that anymore. Salakanji and Savinho first. As far as it's your opinion. My hot take is fans like you should be dropped in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and if you find your way home, then you should have a live grenade jammed in your mouth. Shut the fuck up. That is funny. Thanks, Dave. I always wanted to become an adventurer. However, the grenade thing might be a little bit too extreme. Don't take anything I post on here too seriously. I'm having fun. It's not fun. Why not post some positivity about the club? Talk about Nico O'Reilly, amazing impact. How well Kovacic has done in the last 3 months. How the greatest manager on the face of the earth with everything going on off the pitch. Yeah, but Dave, bro, it's just a little bit of a laugh, innit? It's not that deep. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep. The guy put, give me your hot controversial takes. Just give me your opinion, innit? Give me your opinion that's a little bit out there. You know what I mean? That, you'd say in the pub and your mates would be like, what? No way. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not that deep. And the guy didn't say, like, sell Diaz if he's because he's shite. He said, sell Diaz if a good offer come in. And this guy's like, yeah, drop him in the middle of the Sahara Desert and then throw a live grenade jammed in your mouth. These people, this fucking guy, that's unbelievable. Why would you say that, man? These people are just fucking tapped, bro. Foden is washed, is a waste of space, and we should cash in immediately while we still have a chance. Let's have a look, man. See what else people are saying. Sell Stones, Akanji, Gundo, or Burnley, Jack and McAtee. Buy, don't care, trust Pep, says Denzel. That's fair. That's a fair one. I'd tell Nunes and Bernardo if we got 60 mil for the two combined. They're probably both going to stay, if we're being honest with you. Oh, there's not that many quote tweets. But yeah, that was crazy, didn't it? I stick a live grenade in his mouth in the Sahara Desert. That is mad. That is actually so wild, bro. I can't believe it. LB, did you see what Sam Lee said about Nico? Yeah, I did see it. City have shut it down, innit? I seen it, yeah. City shut it down about Nico Gonzalez even. He was never going to leave anyway. Do you know what I mean? But to be fair, fucking Fabrizio did come out and say it could happen. But I always felt that it was unlikely. I just felt it was unlikely, man. It's a bit of a madness. LB, how is Hayes going on loan while Akanji still at the club, says Costa? The only reason I could probably imagine is because they want Vita Hayes to play week in, week out. And they've just realised that if he stays at City, he's not going to be playing week in, week out. And maybe they feel for his development, it's better for him to be loaned out. You know what I mean? Because if Hayes stays, he's not going to be playing week in, week out. Because we've got Gavadio, we've got Huzanov, and we've got Diaz, all of which are above Hayes. So he's going to be benched. And that's probably not going to be as good for him. Yo, big up, man. Enjoy the beach, bro. I think Saka will play centre. Arsenal following what we did to Foden. Nah, that's not going to happen. Defo agent PR. Well, the thing is, right, it obviously came from somewhere, innit? Unless Fabrizio just sits there and makes this shit up completely. Now, maybe he does, but I don't think he does. I think he probably does get information. He probably gets wrong information as well. But where's he got that news from? LB, would you swap Haaland for Yamal or Mbappe? I wouldn't swap him for Mbappe. Yamal's tricky, though, bro, because Yamal's fucking different. Yamal's different, man. Oh, fucking hell. Maybe I'd swap him for Yamal, bro. I can't even lie. But I wouldn't swap him for Mbappe. I honestly wouldn't. Bernardo being captain was the best decision City made all year, says Ichigo. Interesting. Fabrizio is a wanker. Bro, I'm not going to lie. Football Twitter is full of rage baits. The amount of zero brain cells on there are absurd. Yeah, it is pretty mad, bro. I can't lie. Fab just farming. Yeah, man. The City stuff on Nico doesn't address the issue. It does, doesn't it? I thought they said it was all not true. I swear that's what Sam Lee said. He said City have said that none of it's true at all. I'm pretty sure that's what was said. Let me bring up Sam Lee's tweet. I swear that's what he said. Said he's spoken to City and City have said none of it's true at all. I can't find it, man. I can't find it. But I'm pretty sure that's what it said. Legit said Hayes staying. I thought it was that they didn't say it was legit. The news that came out about Vita Hayes was that one of the sources felt that Pep wanted to keep Vita Hayes around. But we need to get rid of Akanji and Stones if we're going to keep Hayes around. And I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of them both by the sounds of it, to be honest with you. Bro, when are we signing a right back, LB? I've deleted my Instagram account. I think I need to react to Gegenpressing and Hadiola. When are we signing a right back? I don't know. I don't know when we're going to sign a right back. I mean, again, there's not that many right backs out there that we can go and get. There's been no news on Livermental. That's completely dead. So, I have no idea, bro. I can't even lie. Sam Lee said City ain't trying to sell, but Fab said if we get a good offer, then he can go. I don't think Sam Lee addressed everything. I don't know. I don't think he's going anywhere. LB, where do you rank our front three out of the big six? Give me the front three. What is our best front three, Farid? And I'll rate it. Give me our best front three and I'll rate it out of the top six. What's our best front three? And I'll rate it, bro. When are we going to hold Pep accountable for this season? What, the season just gone? For the season just gone, I mean, it's pretty much all on Pep for me. But like we spoke about that loads, haven't we? Marmoush. I think it's Marmoush, Haaland, and Foden, Cherky in behind. Marmoush, Foden, and Haaland as our front three. Oh, this season, K. Probably like October, November. I would say. So what's Liverpool's? Salah. Do they even have a striker at the moment? They don't even have a striker, do they, at the moment? So Salah, some random striker they don't have. Luis Diaz or Gakpo. Better than Liverpool's. Arsenal, Saka. Let's say they've got Gyökeres because that sounds like it's happened. That sounds like it's going on. Saka, Gyökeres, and then at the moment Martinelli. I still think ours is better than theirs. Ours is probably the best, bro. I'll be real. Ours is probably the best. Do you know what I mean? It is. It's probably the best right now. My problem is our defense, bro. I think our defense is one of the weakest. That's the problem I've got with our defense. I think our attacks are best. Yeah, Marmoush, Foden, Haaland's probably up there. That's obviously on paper, you know what I mean? Like, Foden's got to get back to his best. Midfield, he's up there. Cherky, Reinders, and Rodri is probably the best in the league. Yeah, so our midfield for me is the best. Our attack is probably the best. However, our defence is worse than Arsenal's. Our defence probably worse than Liverpool's. It's, that's where we need to step up. We need to step our defence up this year for me. Yeah, we can't be having the Bozo errors. I know it's in the title of the stream. Yeah, I need to see our Bozo defence. But I don't want to see the Bozo. I would need to step it up, man. We need to step it up. We can't be having the errors. You know what I mean? We can't be having the mistakes, the constant mistakes. And, Pep Guardiola spoke about this in an interview. Do you know what I mean? He said it himself. He said we've had meetings. The players have had meetings. The managers have had meetings about the Bozo errors, and they just keep on doing them. So that's where we need to step it up for me. Desperate to step it up in the defence. Numbers wise, Liverpool and Arsenal have the best front three, says Rep. Yeah, numbers wise, but I think on paper as a whole, I think ours is probably the best. LB, don't forget we had our vibe here. Let Pep vibe. If we play double pivot, our defense will improve because they get the necessary protection. Facts. They will improve. Yeah, they will improve. Obviously, having Rodri in there as well, isn't it? Having Rodri back in there is going to help massively. Do you know what I mean? It's going to help massively. In the latest article of The Athletic, it said that after the backlash Ederson received, we should keep an eye on his contract situation. But Ortega is more likely to leave. Yeah, well, the thing is, Ortega did, I don't know if you saw it, Ortega was asked directly about whether or not he's going to stay. And instead of just saying, yeah, I'm staying, he said, oh, it's too early to see. So, I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, listen, I don't know, man. I feel like Ederson, obviously the reaction on social media to Ederson's performances in the Club World Cup, might he just think to himself, sack it, I'm going to leave. I'll just leave now. You know what I mean? Blue Moon says controversial, but our defense isn't the problem. Playing no number 6 is the issue. Well, not having a 6 is obviously an issue, but I do think our defense massively dropped off. But it will improve with having a 6 in there. Bro, LB, our defense is holding us back. I know, bro. Well, it held us back last year a lot, obviously. You know what I mean? The amount of times we was winning 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 against Feyenoord and not even winning games. It happened so many times. But, you know, I think if we get a solid right back in, we get Rodri back up to speed, it will improve anyway. And hopefully we have a goalkeeper that's focused, you know. Bozo is not the main problem. It's our players are lazy off the ball. We don't have the pace at the back. I wouldn't say it's the main problem, the Bozos, but it is a problem, 100%, because it was just happening way too much. Way too much. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Ariel says, how many Naples games are you watching next year? I'll probably do quite a bit, man. I'll probably do quite a bit. Did you see the news as well? Did you see the news that UEFA have cleared, what's it called? UEFA have cleared Manchester City and Girona to do business again because we was previously banned from loaning players to Girona and selling players to Girona or buying players from Girona because of the because they was in the Champions League last year, but because they did absolutely horrendous in the league, they've cancelled it now. So that means now we can loan. We could loan players to Girona. So this is saying Echeverri is highly liked by Girona, but has other offers, while Vita Hayes is seen as more feasible. So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. And you know what as well? I kind of want someone to go there because I don't know how many of you guys remember, but 2 seasons ago, I'd actually did quite a few Girona watch-alongs, man, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing them Girona watch-alongs. I didn't do any last year because they were shit. And City didn't have any players there on loan or anything. So I sacked it off. I'm kind of glad we did as well because they were awful. And I called that start of the season. I said they won't get top 10. Didn't think they'd be that bad, but I called it. This year, if they get a couple City players, bang, we'll be there. Do you know what I mean? Get Napoli games on the go as well. Simpson Pusey. That would be send him there, man. Because he said he don't want to play under 21s anyway. You hate the Girona manager. I don't hate the Girona manager. I just hated the fact that people was like, oh, let's get the Girona manager after Pep because he finished Champions League. I was like, what? What are we doing? Savio was so good for Girona. He was mint, bro. But he played on the left. He predominantly played on the left for Girona. Thing is, for me, Stones and Akanji have to leave. If you loan Hayes, you need at least another centre back, says Jens. Yeah, which is why you'd probably keep Akanji in that situation if you was loaning Vita Hayes out. But Akanji's like full-on 5th choice. Full-on 5th choice. LB, I don't understand why we won't drop 100 mil on Livramento because it's 100 mil. That's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money, bro. I can't lie. If we had Rodrigo, we'll have the best attack in the Premier League. That would be class. You'd have to sell someone, though. You'd have to sell a Doku, Savinho, or Bob, 100%. On top of Grealish. On top of Grealish. You'd have to sell 100%. You'd have too many players. I'm game for that, by the way. I'm fully game for selling one of them. But it's not going to happen, is it? ESPN Brazil did say that City were in talks, but I don't think that's true. I think it's a dead sauce, mate. I think that's a dead sauce, mate. I can't lie. 5 weeks till kickoff. Hori says UK 88Q. I come. I'm a Liverpool fan as well. Yeah, madness. Crazy. Dumfries for 25 mil in this day and age. That's a no-brainer. I think so as well, bro. I'll be real. I think so, bro, as well. I think it's a no-brainer. I would still be trying to get a Livramento, but if you can't get him, I think going getting him as a little bit of a short-term solution, 2 or 3 year driller, and then revisit the market in a couple of years. I think you could do a lot worse than that, man. I think that you could do a lot worse than that, 100%. Now, you would have to make room. You'd have to sell a player, but that's fine. I don't understand Akanji hate post-treble. Him and Gavardio have been our best defenders. Akanji's been really bad since the treble. He was bad last year, and this year, like last year as in the year we won the league last. And then this season, he's just been absolutely shit. But then a lot of players have been shit, but he has been really, really bad. Really, really bad. If Betcha Messi goes, will he come back? If he's good enough, this is the thing about it. Like people keep saying to me, "Oh, if a player's loaned out at City, they're finished." I'm like, they're not finished. They're 19. Sorry, I had to say that. They're not finished. Can we stop doing this? If City loan out a player, they're finished. Well, no. If Betcha Messi goes to Girona and drops a 30 GNA season, do you think he's finished? No, he'll come back at City and get in a team. If he goes to Girona and drops a 10 GNA season, he won't make it at City. If you're good enough, you'll come back and you'll make it. McAtee almost made it. He went on loan. Now, he didn't make it for whatever reason. Yeah, not good enough. Pep didn't trust him, whatever. But he almost made it. Like, but I'm not one of these people that believes that if you get loaned out, you are finished at the football club. I've never believed it and I won't believe it. I think if you go out and do and impress, you'll come back and you'll get in the squad. Big up to LB, I'm getting a bit bored of this squad homegrown thing. Get the unks and stones and the kanji out. Go get me some livermento, says Noah. Yeah, the homegrown rules, man. It's, I get why they're doing it, innit? They're obviously trying to improve the national team or whatever, but at the same time, like, it just puts mad stress on the squads, and it just means that all English players or homegrown players are just dull. They're all just mad expensive because they're homegrown. Everyone's chasing, and now the thing, all that's going to happen, by the way, is like 7 years ago, you had like 4 teams, 4 mint teams. Like, imagine back in the day when it was the top 4. Again, like, bro, a lot of people that are younger than me might not even know this yet, but when I was growing up, yeah, like in the back end of the 90s and early 2000s, yeah, it wasn't the big 6. It was the top 4. It was the big 4. Yeah, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. That's what it was. It was the big 4. And then they used to have Super Sundays where it was 2v2 on the same day, and it was fucking sick. Yeah. But like, so that then it was only 4 teams chasing it. Now, you know, you get a decent English player coming through. Yeah. You get these decent English players coming through. They've got like 7 teams to pick from. So you got 7 teams all trying to buy the same player. It's crazy. If City signed Livramento, right, and I still don't think we'll sign him, but if City were to sign Livramento, it'll probably go on 200 grand a week. He'd probably go on 200 grand a week, mate, because you've got to pay him the dough because he's English. It's mad, bro. Yo, big up Dan Max says, big up LB, can't we? Yeah, it's going to be class, man. I won't be long until that comes back. Don't we worry about that, mate. Crazy. Well, Rex and Barry, he said he's come out and since said he should have played youth players earlier. And I said that at the time. I said that at the time. I said he needs to get these youth players in. People was like, can't play youth players. And Pep since came out and said I should have played youth players earlier. I was like, fucking come on, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Scholesy. Yeah, I'm not too far away. Funny story. I was actually in a bar in Wharton, and Wharton's like a place in I guess it's sort of like near Oldham. And he was I went in this bar, yeah, and it was probably about 11 o'clock, yeah. Barclays Bar. If anyone's from around here, yeah, people know what I'm on about. The bar called Barclays Bar, right, in Wharton. And I went in. It's about 11 o'clock. We've been pub, yeah, so we're obviously a bit steaming and that already, right? And we walk in the bar, yeah, and I walk in and I'm late. Everyone's already been in there for time. I'm late, yeah. And do people come up, mates come up to me and was like, guess who's over there? All right, go on. Skulls. I'm like, what? I look over there in the bar, yeah. He's in the bar and he's freaking steaming, bro. He's absolutely rat-assed. Rat-assed he is. He was fun. He was having a good night, man. He was on one big time. And yeah, they're like, go and get a photo of him, LB. I was like, nah, man. I'll let him have his night. And I don't want to fucking, you know, intrude. Let him enjoy himself, man. But he was, yeah, he was steaming, man. He was crazy. LB, give an example of a player who went out on loan and succeeded at City after completing his loan spell. Well, probably not a lot, bro. But that's because they're not good enough. How many players have we loaned out that were actually legitimately good enough? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, my missus is dad. She's met him quite a few times in Upper Mill. Yeah, he's always in Upper Mill apparently. He's always in Upper Mill apparently. McAtee, yeah, but even McAtee had a chance. I feel like he should have got more of a chance, but he had a chance. He never really stood out. You know what I mean? Exactly, not a lot, bro. I think we'll get Wharton. I think we'll get Wharton, Foggy. Not this year. I think we'll get him next summer. I think we'll get Wharton next year. I really, really do. Because the thing is, yeah, we have to hit this homegrown market. We have to sign someone. We can't just not sign anyone. This is why I get stressed out when City fans are in my DMs and in my fucking comments saying, why do you want to sign him? Why do you want to sign him? Why do you want to sign Livramento? Bro, we need homegrown players. We need homegrown players. You act like Livramento's fucking world class. I don't act like he's world class. I've said so many times on this show, I think Livramento's a little bit overrated. I'll be real with you. But I still think you need to sign homegrown players. You got to go and get the best ones you can get. And I think they'll get Wharton next summer. Yeah? Because then all the unks will be gone. Gundogan will be gone. Bernardo will be gone. Kovacic will be gone. They'll all be gone next year. Yeah, there'll be a spot open in that midfield. Also, Rodri will be 30. So you need to start thinking about potential Rodri replacement. And I think they'll go and get Wharton next season from Palace. Now, I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll sign him and loan him back. I don't see them doing that. But I think they'll just wait it out. And it doesn't look like anyone's trying to sign Wharton this summer. I've not seen any rumours for any other football clubs about trying to sign Wharton. So I think they'll leave him there for another year and then they'll go back in for him next season. Let's have a look at his contract. He's got a contract till 2029, so he'd have 3 years left on his deal. So, yeah, you're probably still going to be looking at a good 80 million, 70 to 80 million. But I can't lie, man. In the FA Cup final, I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I did. And you know what? I'm trying to be fair, me. I've seen him a lot this year. And I've not seen him play that well. I've not seen him play that well, mate. Yeah. However, in the FA Cup final, I thought he absolutely bossed it. I thought the way that he moves with the ball, the way he carries the ball forward, his passing range, I thought it was fantastic, man. And I knew that was going to happen because I said it all year. I was like, this Wharton guy, never seen him play well. And as soon as we got him in the final, I was like, this Wharton guy's going to play so good. He's a very good player, man. I don't think he is. I don't think he is another Phillips Blue Moon. I'll be real. I didn't like Phillips, man. Never liked him. But Wharton, that was a good performance, man. Very, very good performance, mate. Belabor. Again, bro, is he homegrown? You see what I'm talking about, chat? It's from Cameroon, bruv. We're talking about homegrown players, bro. I need homegrown names. Wharton was linked with Liverpool. Fucking hell. If they get him as well as a striker, they'll be cooked. Yeah, that's only. I don't know if we can do that though, bro. Real Madrid can do that because they're the biggest club in the world and they've got the pull. I'm not sure City can do that. You got to be humble, innit? Humble. Martin Fernandez has the potential to be the next Nuno. I've seen a lot of people say that. Actually, I've seen a lot of people say that. Kevin, is that Walker Peters homegrown right back on free? I just don't think nice. I'm looking for if I'm buying a right back, me personally, Jimmy, I want a number one right back. I don't want a squad rotator. I don't want a squad rotator. If I'm buying a right back, I want a right back who's going to come into the team and start week in, week out. Wharton screams Calvin Phillips. Hey, I think he's a lot better than Calvin Phillips. Do I think Echeverry will stay or go? I think he'll probably go, you know. I think he'll probably go. And I don't have a problem with him going, man. Like, get him if he goes and he play football week in, week out, I think that'd be decent for him. I don't have a problem with that at all. Gibbs White better than Wharton. I don't think so personally, but we could do with some legs in the midfield as well, to be fair. Homegrown, there are criteria for foreign players to qualify. It says Fireborn. Yeah, you can only have 17 in it. You can only have 17, bro. Ivana says, I wish City could sell every single defender. Then you see it as a system issue instead of blaming the players who are doing what they're told to do. I think part of it is a system issue, but I still think the players have declined. Diaz is not as good, as he was in the treble year. Akanji's not as good as he was in the treble year. That's two players straight off the bat. I think the players have. Yo, big up your gal, man. Come on, bruv. Come on, bro. Big up to you, mate. Coming in with the raid. Big up to you, man. Yeah, big up AK, bro. What are you saying? What has happened to Ramsdale? He just fell off, hasn't he, since he left Arsenal? It kind of reminds me of the Joe Hart treatment. Like, obviously, he's nowhere near as good as Joe Hart, but like Joe Hart fell off, didn't he, when he left City? I think he went to Celtic eventually and sort of like, got back on sort of like a nice level for a bit, but his career died when he left City. I feel like Ramsdale did the same. He left Arsenal and his career just died. It's kind of mad as well because, like, when Arsenal signed Raya, it was a bit of a out there move, wasn't it? Because I don't really think many Arsenal fans come to the end of that season when Ramsdale needs to go. Like, yeah, it was a bit of a madness, really. It was a bit of a. I couldn't believe they sold him. I thought he did all right that year. I don't mean he didn't make mistakes, like, but. Joe, yeah, come on. Do I rate Ben White? I think he's all right. I don't want him at City, though. I don't want him at City, man. He's all right. Sign Trafford for the second goalkeeper this season, given the position next season when added. The problem that you've got there, ANQ, right, is it's the World Cup this summer. And I think Trafford, if he plays Premier League football week in, week out and has a good year, I think he could get that spot off Pickford. I think he's got a real shot at becoming England's number one for the World Cup. But to do that, he's got to play week in, week out. He's got to play in the Premier League. And if he comes to City, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Do I rate Bradley? You know what, bro? I actually do rate Bradley. I think Conor Bradley is a pretty decent right back. My question about him is, like, what levels has he got? Because obviously I've seen him against Real Madrid last year or the year before. He was fantastic. He was unbelievable. My question is like, what levels could he get to? Also, would he even join City? I don't even know if he would. Anything on ESPN FC? I don't know, man. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what's going on here. Man City defensive problems. Should we listen? Should we do it? Should we listen to what they're saying, chat? Go on, let's do it. We've not done one of these for a while. Let's see what they're saying, slagging us off. You ready? Let's go.
He said, get at Nurian because he's rock solid defensively.
You'd have to question that, though, because what he did in this game, not only what we just saw, but he was at fault for the first goal. It all started with him trying to get in front of Malcolm on the halfway line to win a ball.
Yeah, smash these likes up as well, people. Come on, man. We've got 234 likes, man. Nearly 800 people in here. Get these likes up, people.
That he didn't need to. All he had to do is hold them up. Defending's not about winning the ball all the time. In fact, most of the time it's not. It's about affecting the play. It's about holding up the attacker till get other people around you, and then the attacker has to go somewhere else. I mean, that's what defending's about. It's not about slide tackling and crunching people. It's about using your brains. And so we all know that Aït-Nouri can't do that. So the decision to have him as your last man, it's madness. The last guy should be an intelligent defender who can smell the danger and whose starting position, that's the reason they get the starting position. That ball was headed back from Gundogan. He should have seen straight away that he had to drop because it was going to them. So you straight away drop. Then you see how the pass is played with the outside of the right foot. So you know where it's going. So then you shift across. I mean, that's what a good defender would do. That's what would be going through a good defender's brain. But Aït-Nouri doesn't do that.
What goal is he speaking about here? I'm going to look at the goals, man. What goal is he speaking about, chat? Right, that's the first goal. Where's the second goal? That's the third goal, Koulibaly. That's the second goal, sorry. Malcolm. That's the third goal. Which goal is he speaking about there? The Cancelo pass. The Cancelo assist. What? Off our own corner, he's blaming Aït-Nouri. Right, I've got a goal up here, chat. I'm watching it now. Bear with me. So the corner comes in, it's headed away. It's headed back in by Tijani Reinders, who doesn't do particularly well. And it's a fucking unbelievable. What's Aït-Nouri getting fucking stick for that for? Right, the corner comes in, yeah? Tijani Reinders here, heads it back in here. This is a shit header, by the way, from Tijani Reinders. Yeah, this is a shit header. Yeah, it is. It's a dead header, and that's something that we need to learn. But obviously, we don't normally take corners like this, so that's a learning process. We'll learn about this. He should head this either. He should turn and head it back to Aït-Nouri. Yeah, here. Or he should head it here, or he should head it over here, or he should just fucking kick it out. Yeah. And then Cancelo gets the ball, and look at the pass here from Cancelo. I really think that is harsh. I'm sorry. I really think that is harsh blaming Aït-Nouri for that. I think that is Reinders' fault, in my personal opinion. I think that's a Reinders error / system error from the corner. I really think blaming Aït-Nouri for that is extremely harsh on Aït-Nouri. Do you ever think we'll get the 1-1-5 verdict? Man, it's crazy. Yeah, it's a little slow. It's a little slow, but I still think it's Tijani Reinders' error and a system error. The first goal. I got the first goal here. Let me have a look at the first goal. He goes in to try and win the interception, Cancelo style. Gets it wrong. Right. Then Gundogan should take the foul, 100%. He doesn't take the foul. He lets the guy skip round him. Then Aït-Nouri should take the foul. Then Gvardiol gets cut. Then a cross comes in. Then it's shit goalkeeping for Medicine. Then Gundogan switches off. Again, I'm sorry, like to blame just Aït-Nouri for that, it's absolutely ridiculous.
He, in fact, actually looks as though he's thinking about playing offside. And then it's too late, even with his pace, to get back. So, again, I said it last night, Greg. It's not Aït-Nouri's fault that he's put in a position where he can't deal with it.
But as soon as
he doesn't have the ability.
But as soon as I saw this signing, I thought chaos. More chaos defensively. You would have thought that they would have tried to fill the full-back positions, particularly the left-back's been an issue, with somebody who's a bit more solid.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, this fucking guy, after the Juventus game, was glazing our signings, no? Because didn't we do this after the Juventus game? Because when we signed him at the beginning, they slagged them off. Yeah, and then after the Juventus game, I swear down after the Juventus game, didn't they all come out and was like, oh, actually, these signings are mint? And we started cooking them because we was like, you was all saying that they were shit signings. And now we lost the game. Like, bro, they're so reactionary. They were so reactionary. These guys are so reactionary.
They have enough players, more than enough in all the other areas, to be creative. And I know you want to play out from the back and all that sort of stuff, and you want to invert your fullbacks and all that sort of nonsense that everybody seems to be doing these days. But go back to City's most successful season a couple of years ago, when they won the league and they won the Champions League. They were a hybrid of they were a hybrid. They defensively were a lot smarter than they'd been in previous years, but it didn't take away from their attacking game. And that was part of the process that brought them all the way to the Champions League final. And then they didn't play particularly well and had to defend quite a bit against Inter. But man,
here he is, slagging us off for winning the Champions League again. This fucking guy, man.
Managed to do it. But they were not as blasé in the way they approached.
Yeah, Paul, second channel, Paul. Second channel, more LB. Watch along tonight for Chelsea Fluminense. You're big on Anthony as well. This new right back we're looking at, is there any good and how much are you paying for him? Are you talking about this Tino guy, Livramento? Well, if it is going to happen, bro, it's going to be like 80 million, bro. I'll be real. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a lot of money, bro. But I don't think we're going to get Livramento, so I don't know who we're going to get. Obviously, you got Dumfries available at Inter Milan, 25 million quid. You could go and get him, but I'm not sure, man. Big up Anthony for the super chat. Shout out to RJ as well. Says we've got too many midfielders as defenders. Yeah, you probably need to let at least one go. You need at least to let at least one go, and it'll probably be Gundogan or Kovacic.
Approach the game. They were a little bit. No, they boxed a little bit more clever. Particularly the back four. And it seems to me that during last year, in their bad times, and I know they had injuries, they got away from that. And I don't see how this signing, apart from going forward and we're just going to outscore everybody, I don't see how that's going to solidify a back four that has been creaking and cracking now for quite some time. And if you go back to, if you look at the teams, if we're just taking England in particular, the two teams that City are going to be fighting against next year again, I've got two of the most solid back fours as a base, Liverpool and Arsenal. It's the one thing City do not have. And this...
To be fair, I actually kind of low-key agree with him a little bit here, chat. I'll be real with you. In the sense that our defence in that treble year was unbelievable. Yeah, Ake, so solid. Yeah, Stones and Diaz, and then Kyle Walker, and then for a couple of games, Akanji, right? And we have obviously moved from that. But this is what Pep will be judged on. Pep is obviously wanting this sort of style. He doesn't want to play that sort of mad, solid back four. He wants to be a little bit more attacking. So this is what will be judged on ultimately, and we will see if it works. But obviously, that's what won us the treble. But that doesn't mean that doesn't just because you won the treble, that doesn't mean you just play like that every single year going forward. You don't just do that. You've got to innovate. You've got to change your way you're playing. But I would say, yeah, one thing that I will agree with, it's a massive change. How we're playing now is a massive change to how we set up in the treble year, 100%. But at the same time, you had Kevin De Bruyne playing unbelievable football, one of the greatest creative players we've ever seen. Yeah, we just had better players. We had Mahrez benched, Foden benched. We don't have that now.
Signing for me, yeah, it'll be pretty on the eye going forward, but it's just going to be, I think, more chaos at the back and allow teams to just take advantage of City when City are on the attack and they counter against them. Something that almost every team in the Premier League did last season.
And in this game in particular, as was mentioned, he kept going with that high line, Stevie, Pep Guardiola.
To compound the problem, they've signed two young defenders who are not good enough and may never be good enough, but they still have the same squad, and Ake and Diaz. And Diaz at one time was fantastic, player of the year, but he doesn't have the legs anymore. Ake's never fit. Vardiol has now been moved back inside, and Akanji has kind of lost confidence. So, I mean, they've just totally disregarded the defensive side of the game. That's what it looks like.
So that's City's starting 11 that we're seeing now on the screen against Al Hilal, Jules. What do we think is Pep's plan for next season?
I think we're massively relying on Gvardiol to step up this year, in my opinion, chat. I think at the same time, we're also looking at Diaz. For people who are massive defenders of Diaz, that's cool, yeah. But you can't act as if Diaz hasn't dropped off. He has dropped off. He dropped off since the treble year, right? We are relying on Diaz to step up this year and getting back to his treble year performances, and we're relying on Gvardiol to step it up as well. This is why I think, this is why I believe that next summer we might move for a centre-back, because if we don't step it up at the back, i.e. Diaz, Gvardiol, then we'll go and get a centre-back next year. But this season, I think for me, I think if we don't win the league this year, I think it'll be because of our centre-backs. If I'm being honest. Because I'm looking at our midfield, I'm looking at our attack, I'm thinking, I've got no problems with it, It could be better, obviously, the Savion Doku needs to step it up or whatever, but you've got Mamouche, you've got Foden, you've got Cherky. You've got options there, Centre-back, I think the centre-back is the one. I think if the centre-backs don't step it up, I think we'll get new centre-backs next summer.
And with the players he's got now?
He's tried a lot of things in this Club World Cup. This is the last game, as you mentioned, against Al Hilal, against Juventus. The game before, still in the group stages, it was a back three, and you almost had Nunez and Ait Nouri as some sort of wing backs, using all the width of the pitch, which I think certainly in some big games in the Premier League or in the Champions League, this is what Pep has to do for all the reasons that the guys have just explained rightly. I don't think you can play against Liverpool and Arsenal with Ait Nouri and Matheus Nunes as you two fullback in a back four. It's just, for me, it's just not possible.
I'm not saying most of our league titles were won with us being the best defensively. I'm just saying so what the point I'm making is I'm trying to fast forward 10 months here, Rep, yeah, and think to myself, okay, we've not won the league again. I'm trying to think to myself, why have we not won the league? Well, I'm looking at our midfield, and you've got Rodri, Reinders. I really don't see that being an issue. I think that's going to be one of our main strengths. I'm looking at our striker, Haaland, scored 35 goals in his worst season at Manchester City. I don't see Haaland being a problem. I'm looking at Foden, who looks like he's getting back on it, who's probably going to play off the right. Mamouche play off the left. You've also got Savio Doku, who looked in pre-season in the Club World Cup like they were stepping it up a little bit. I don't really see like that's going to be an issue. So if we don't win the league, I'm just asking it a question. What do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be the manager? Do you think it's going to be the defense, the midfield, or the attack? I'm just asking a question. And what I'm saying is, I think if we're sat here in 10 months' time and we've not won the league, and I'm trying to sit there and say, why did we not win the league? I think it's going to be because of our defense. Yeah, and goalkeeper, of course. Yeah. They're obviously they sort of like together, really.
The back three and three proper centre backs, whether that's Akanji, Diaz, and Vardiol, for example, and then having Ait Nouri and Nunez, if you want, wider and higher, slightly higher up on the pitch, two central midfielder, and then maybe two inside tens and Haaland or some wingers somewhere. Then you'll have a lot of options with the ball going forward. That's no problem. If you look at this game again, expected goals is 4.5 almost for City, so they will always create and always score goals. This is no problem. The problem is transitions.
Well, it is a problem because we dropped off from that last year massively. We did this yesterday. You actually look how many goals we scored last season. It's massively declined compared to previous years. Previous years we were getting 90, 95. Last year we scored 70 odd. So that isn't true. I mean, we are scoring less goals. Well, last year we scored less goals. We are not as clinical last year as we were the previous year. Now, I do think that will change going forward because I think the addition of Mamouche, I think he's a fucking brilliant signing for us. I really do. I think he's a brilliant signing. Mamouche, Foden getting back at it. Yeah. I know he's talking for this Club World Cup H, but the part I'm saying is you can't just sit there and say that we would definitely score goals because last year we didn't. We need goals spread around the team.
Defensively, goals that you concede defensively. And when we thought, all of us at the end of the season, that they would address all the issues that we saw last season, how bad they were defensively, and yet they didn't, as Craig just explained again, then that's why I think going forward, it will have to be a back three, three certainly, one right back that is a centre-back really, and then Ait Nouri if you want, or the other way around for the other side if you want to play Matheus Nunes. But them two together, Ait Nouri and Nunes, in big games, I think forget about it.
The cup final, I mean, recent history, I mean, if they didn't learn anything from the cup final, which was kind of an embodiment of the second half of the season for them, was a Crystal Palace side who were a well-drilled Crystal Palace side who had something like, 28% possession or whatever it was in the final or thereabouts, just sat in and allowed City all this possession they'll probably have again this year against a lot of teams, and then just suckered them on the counter. And it was so easy to get in behind, whether it been Mateta or Eze or Ismail Sarr at Wembley, they're just running in behind because of the big spaces were left in the channels behind the fullbacks. And surely at that point, Guardiola said, listen, we need to be more solid at the back if we're going to get back to anything near our best.
Yeah, we do need to be more solid at the back. However, the Palace game was different because the Palace game, we created not a lot. We didn't create anything. And this is one of the issues. It's like, yeah, our defense needs to be better, but also our attack needs to be better. Last year, we conceded way more goals than we have in previous years. Yeah. And we scored way less goals than we normally score. So for me, the Palace game, I don't think we didn't beat Palace because of our defense. I think we didn't beat Palace because of our attack. Our attack was whack in that game. Our attack was terrible. We created hardly anything in that game. We had the penalty. And then what? How many saves did that goalkeeper make, chat? How many did he make? I don't remember making that many saves, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you can't just go through the season and be like, oh, well, we conceded 1 goal. Let's not act like we got beat 3-0 off Crystal Palace. We conceded 1 goal against Crystal Palace. That happens. You concede goals sometimes. Yeah, and obviously, yes, you need to be better defensively. But at the same time, our attack only needs to be better, which is why the addition of Cherki is massive for us, which is why the addition of Rodri coming back from injury is massive, because he helps us attack better as a team, because he's better at playing the ball forward and carrying the ball and that. And that's what we need to do. And Rep, bro, I agree with you on this 100%. We have to build the team to support Haaland. Otherwise, what's the point in having him in the team, man? I'm being deadly serious. If this team can't create chances for Haaland, drop Haaland. Because there's no point in playing him if he just walks around the pitch not getting chances. When you've got Haaland up top, you need to be creating chances for him, like we did in the treble year. We had chance creation all over the pitch for him in the treble year. Yeah? Do you remember that fucking mad goal that he scored in the Champions League at home, where he did some mad scorpion kick thing? Who did that? Cancelo. Nah, Deshaun, man. Nah. I'm not saying a guy doesn't miss chances, but if you're trying to tell me that last year he had the same amount of chances as he did in the treble year, then I'm sorry, I just do not believe that. You tell me when the last season that we played in one-on-one with a goalkeeper. When was the last time last season we played Haaland 1v1? Well, look at how we're playing in the Club World Cup. He's already had 3 one-on-ones in the Club World Cup. When was the last time in the Premier League Haaland was put on goal 1v1 like he has been in this Club World Cup? And that's why I've got some encouragement, because in the Club World Cup he's already had 3 of those passes. Rodri did 1 of them. Yeah, I think Reinders or Cherki might have done the other. Yeah, you need to play the ball through to him, man. Big up El Buemo, aka Johnny Bins. Fucking hell, get out of here, get out of here.
And it seems that on the face of it, whether, and maybe he's blaming other people, I don't know, they haven't done anything really to resolve that, apart from bring in nice footballers who can't defend. And how can you go into another season with Matheus Nunes at fullback? It didn't work for him in the last 6 months of last season. He's a good player, but he's an attacking midfielder. He's not a fullback. So you've had 6 months minimum of looking at him and watching him being exposed. Are you going to go into a season where you're expected to go and put last year behind you and challenge with that back four? And what we're going to see again, when it's not working, he's going to start shoveling the centre-halves out to full-back again. It's,
funny, actually, because Nunes was a massive part of the reason we ended up getting top 4, and one of the reasons that I think we lost the FA Cup final. In my personal opinion, I think it was an absolute crime that Pep Guardiola didn't start Nunes in the FA Cup final. So I think that's crazy. And I think that Nunes had a massive part to play in us getting top 5, with the goal against Aston Villa, the assist that he got for Nico O'Reilly against Everton. Without those moments, we don't get Champions League football. We're playing Europa League football, chat. We're playing Europa League football. So do I think Nunes is amazing right back? No. Am I on the Camaro Mullets sort of hype train of Capunes? You know what I mean? Like, he's got to be starting. No, I do think we need to sign a right back. However, I think that is, again, pretty harsh on that player.
Nothing they are doing at the moment from a defensive aspect would fill me with any confidence that they're going to be close to Arsenal or Liverpool. None whatsoever.
Did you want to say anything?
Oh, that could be a clip that we could use potentially, chat.
Think to that?
No,
No?
100%.
Okay.
It actually really is mind blowing to actually be able to sit and watch it unfold in front of your eyes.
Because Maradon, what he said you can't go into the season with him starting at right back, which I agree. However, he said that Nunes was getting exposed on a weekly basis and was basically shit towards the end of the season, which is fake news. He wasn't shit. He was one of the reasons we got top 5. And you asked 99% of City fans, if you said to 99% of City fans, should Nunes have started that FA Cup final, 99% of City fans say, yeah, he should have. So it's about, again, he's just saying the guy's shit, basically. I agree he shouldn't be our starting right back, but to say that Nunes was getting spun is not true. He was good towards the end of the season.
And you start thinking, is it me or is it them? Am I missing something?
It's not me, it's you.
Aye. I mean, well, me or them, one or two. I'm completely dumbfounded. And the only thing I can come up with is that there's nobody on that staff that Pep has who has the gumption to turn around and say, enough's enough, we need to do something here. Because, you know, Pep's about the ball, Pep's about going forward, he's about keeping the ball, making chances, scoring goals. You know, I don't think Pep particularly worries about defending, but somebody needs to tell him he needs to start. And I don't think there's anybody there. That's the only reason I can come up with that this is continuing, that nobody has the gumption to stand up and tell him to his face.
Before we wrap things up here on City, Jules, how much game time do you think we're going to see Shirky getting next season, given all the competition that's there? He's looked good, but obviously there is a lot of competition.
I would say a lot.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't started the last 3 games, I think, now. But we saw his entrance against Al Hilal, that wonderful ball he gave Phil Foden for a lovely finish by Phil Foden as well. I think he can unlock any defensive, to go back to the point that Craig made about the FA Cup final and playing against a team super deep. When you have a lot of the ball, Shirky will sort this out for you, because he's just so amazing in tight spaces. When there's no space at all, he will create something out of nothing, right foot, left foot, by dribbling, by passing. He just has that. So all I want is, I don't want him to be just used for that. I want him to have a proper role in this team. And just, if I can just finish on what Stevie was just saying.
He will have a proper role. His role is to create chances for Haaland. That's his role.
There's a new staff.
Yep.
And that's the thing. This is maybe the thing that is the most mind-blowing, because you think if you're Pep Linders and you just arrive, and yeah, you arrive from Liverpool and club to the friendly rivals, but still the arch rivals, right? For many, many years, it was you against them. Now you're with them. And surely Pep Linders would say, okay, this is what I see. I'm happy to come here and help you. And we can talk about all the press. And Pep Linders wrote a book about press. So intensity and things, this is his thing. And maybe right now they're still figuring out how you get the Pep Linders press and the Pep Guardiola's football, the two Peps if you want. But surely he would also have said, listen, for all our pressing in the world to work, all the counter pressing, we need the right people in place. We need the right structure in place. We need the right rest defense in place. Not just this chaos and people being all over the place defending that we've seen from City in this Club World Cup. So that's also why I agree with Stevie. I'm so confused, because there is a new staff that can easily have said, if you've been with Pep for 10 years, maybe you don't say anything because you've been there for too long almost. But when you've just been there 2 minutes, surely you can say, by the way, what about this? You know, why don't we do this? Or what maybe we... But they don't even seem to say that either.
Juventus was completely different, but okay. This is why it's a little bit annoying, chat, because against Juventus, I felt like we saw the Linders effect in play. I thought the way that we played was very, Pep Linders-esque sort of style implemented on our team. And then what pissed me off about Al Hilal, especially the second half and extra time, is it very much felt like I was watching City from last year. But yeah, anyway. Now, I've not checked this video. I'm going to go check this video out from Visit. I've got another stream now, innit? I'm on with Terry, so I've got to end the stream. But yeah, I'll be back on later on tonight. More LB later on in a bit, chat, yeah? Chelsea versus Fluminense. Watch along later. Get back on it, man. Come on, we got to get back on it now. We got to start, doing some watch alongs and shit, innit? We've not done anything for time. So yeah, I'll be back on More LB. Second channel, link in description. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I think we're like 10 subscribers away from 12k subs. So if you've not subscribed to More LB, please subscribe to More LB. The link's in the description. I'm pretty sure we're 10 subscribers away. 10 subscribers away. But yeah, anyway, big up to you guys. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, people.